All right. So far in this first module, we have learned branding. We have learned our domain of mastery, so our content ideas and what we're trying to develop authority in. We have also gone over content creation to an extent, like beginner content creation, just to start practicing writing and getting that out there and failing fast. And now I want to show you how to leverage this. So we've also done the non-needy networking, which is very helpful, but I want to show you another method. So this is one of Justin Welsh's almost top performing tweets, and it's simple. 18 brilliant business lessons from Twitter's brightest minds. So what you're doing here is you're creating kind of like a theme. So for this one, it's business lessons. For others, it could be mindset lessons. For others, it could be a bunch of different things. I've seen people do like 10 visuals or something of that nature. But you get creative with this and you write a good hook. And then what you do is you tag big accounts, small accounts, medium accounts, people that you want to connect with or you just want to get in front of and possibly get a retweet from. So what you do is you write a brief summary of a tweet that you liked. And how do you find a good tweet about a business lesson? Well, you can go to Twemex, and then let's say I find Justin Welsh, and then I type in business because you can search by user, right? When you're on their profile, I can type in business and look for a business tweet that I like and can write a summary about. And then you create a thread of 18, however many of these you want. It could be just 7, it could be whatever. The more you do will increase the chances of you actually getting retweeted, and don't expect people to retweet this, but this is a great way of getting eyeballs on your profile, especially if you've reached out to them before. If you've connected with everyone that you plan to include in a thread before, they're much more likely to retweet it. And then at that point, you can send them the thread and be like, hey man, introduce your, or I mentioned you here. That was a great tweet. That's it. Just send that and they'll probably retweet it and get more eyes on your profile, right? And so another way of doing this, and what I mean here by leveraging people's audiences is pretty much finding unique and creative ways to get them to either retweet, comment, or like, because comments and likes still put you in front of their audience, just a little bit less so than retweets, right? So any engagement will help you a lot. So one thing, men in your 20s, read this, right? Good thread. And he mentioned me in this tweet. I gained 8,000 or so followers from this, right? It was insane. And so, yeah, I'm going to retweet that because then the more traction that this gets, the more followers I get. So it's win-win, right? So if you do something like this where it's like, follow this guy for advice on how to do this best on whatever you're talking about, right? Then you can send it to him and you just say like, hey man, mentioned you here, hope it helps with some followers. And then I retweeted this thread and it popped off. So another one, we're back to Jacob Martin because he has been killing it as a very beginner. He's 1 month in and at 490 followers. So that's very good progress for someone. And he did the same thing. So if you want to develop godlike focus, read this. You could get this idea from something that's already done well, based on what we talked about, idea generation. And then he mentioned me. So eliminate distractions, credit to the Adanco for this. And I'm going to get followers from this. I already know this, so I retweeted it immediately, right? He didn't even send it to me because I got a notification for it. But if you send it to me, of course I'm going to retweet it. So there's many, 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 many ways to go about this. And now that you understand like kind of the mechanics of social media where you're trying to get eyes on your profile by any means possible, so not only replying to bigger accounts, but getting retweets from them, connecting with them in the DMs, mentioning them here, and then the other like forbidden strategy that I kind of sort of recommend. But that's pretty much it. Now that you understand this, when you are on Twitter and scrolling Twitter, you'll be able to notice the little tricks and hacks that people use, and you'll be able to steal those ideas for yourself in order to grow faster. So quick and simple with that one. Just wanted to include this one in this module because this doesn't require, this is like, there's content curation where you can include tweets, you can include top podcasts, you can include top newsletters of the week, whatever it may be, right? So you don't need to be any form of an expert to do this, right? And you don't need to necessarily be an expert to do this as well. If you just give the advice and be like, follow this guy for more on this, I learned it from him. And same goes with all of this stuff, right? If you want to turn stuff in digital economics into like a thread and tag me in it, I'll probably retweet it. If all of you do it, I can't retweet everyone, but be tactical with all of this. So that's it. I'll see you in the next video.